We find operators that we work with have kind of numerous challenges or issues, both with identity verification and also with fraud throughout the player lifecycle. What we're starting to find is that quite often the solution to all of those challenges is the same thing. So if we can perform good, strong identity checks at the outset of any journey, if those strong identity checks involve taking biometric authentication, which we can store on our side, going forward, there are numerous challenges that we can then solve very easily down the road. So for example, with account takeover, if you suspect it, we can do a very quick biometric check to make sure the person now processing this deposit is the person that opened the account. Same thing with suspicious behavior. So if someone's starting to place bets at strange times of the night or betting more than they usually do, quite often with our operators, they're not sure if that's a responsible gaming problem or a safer gambling problem, as it's now called, or if it's an AML issue. The behavior is the same, but it could be someone at risk, or it could be a fraudster. So being able to perform a biometric check at that point and making sure this person is still who they say they are, if they are, it's probably more likely it's a safer gambling problem rather than account takeover or a fraudster. So you can at least start it with the right team, even if it then needs to be handed over. So yeah, there's a lot we can do if we're looking at the problems holistically. Future biometrics is happening now. We're seeing such, and everyone's seeing such huge advancements in generative AI and the kind of deep fakes, both for face and voice that's throwing out, that we're having to make improvements and adjustments almost daily to the technology that we have. So yeah, really it's now. I think biometric authentication will have to evolve over the next 3 years in particular to keep pace with two things. So one, the advancements in fraud technology that we're seeing in the space, and two, with consumer demand. And those are typically the two things that we see in the identity sector that drive change. I think from a fraud perspective, it's really well known how good fraudsters are getting at representing someone else. So if you look at facial liveness recognition, everyone's seen an example of a deepfake online. It might be funny, it might be something that's socially shared, but everyone's got a really good idea of how authentic these things can be. And you look at how much easier it would be to get through, say, a very short liveness verification versus creating a 2 or 3 minute video that everyone knows are passable. So it's scary how good they're getting. We're already keeping pace with it. We know we're doing a really good job. We understand the things we have to do in order to spot these types of fakes, but they're getting better all the time. So we're certainly going to have to keep pace with that, and the back-end technology is going to have to be better. Consumer demand on the flip side is doing it faster and doing it better. So I mentioned before that we've moved from active liveness to passive. People want things to be quicker. They want to be verified so that they can access their goods and services. So both making the back-end technology stronger in terms of spotting fraud and doing that faster and in a more user-friendly way is a challenge, but it's something that we're always used to doing. But I think over the next 3 years, we'll see both. We'll see much stronger fraud detection, and we'll see user experience and speed in particular continuing to gather pace.